Sherman here at Barrington Real Estate. Today I'm at Merk Snackbar. I'm here with the owner, Mark. Mark, thanks for being with us.
Yeah.
So we're going to ask a couple questions about Mark, a couple questions about Merk Snackbar, learn about some of the tasty menu items, and away we go. So Mark, hey, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, of course.
So first question is, tell me a little bit about what it was like when you first started and what inspired you to open the bar.
So, when I first started, I took over from my old bosses, and it was a weird change to be the boss all of a sudden. I was always running the kitchen, but it was really weird to turn around to have to run out everything. Broken equipment, staffing problems, inventory. All of those things all of a sudden are also my problem. I can't just, something broken, I call head office. It's something breaks and I gotta call somebody to fix it.
So wait, you're head office, right?
I am head office.
All right.
That's what it was. So it was fun, it was scary, it was all those things, but made it. I wanted to be here. I wanted to have my own place and my own restaurant, so you have no choice to just make it happen.
Well, tell me about you have the culinary experience from being a chef or from cooking. Tell me when you first started enjoying to cook.
You know what? I always had a job in restaurants. My first job was Licks Hamburgers.
Yes.
My first job was Licks in Toronto, actually, on Yonge Street. And
burger for the win.
Right? You know what I mean?
You like the Hulk burger? Talking to you right there. Okay.
So I started working at Licks, and the thing that actually inspired me to say that I want to do this as a career, as ridiculous and funny as it might seem, Licks used to have somebody that came in to make the burgers every day.
Oh.
There was one person that made the burgers.
These are like secrets were.
He is the guy. And literally he had a back area of the kitchen. Nobody was allowed to bother him. He had his music, he had his stuff, and he would go back there, make the burgers, and we didn't even know when he left. But we just know when he left, there was 1,000 burgers.
Wow.
And so I was kind of like, I want to be that guy. I want to be the reason that this food is good.
So wait, Licks burgers are renowned for being fantastic. They're sold all across Canada and the United States. Even they're still sold now.
Yeah.
So this guy just makes some burgers. Is it a secret recipe? Did you ever find a recipe?
Never knew the recipe. Never knew the recipe. I just knew that he came in, he had his stuff, he had giant pounds and pounds of meat, and he made burgers and he went home. And that's it. And I was like, but none of us can make those burgers. Nobody else can make those burgers. If we ran out, we ran out. We're done.
Yeah.
And see you tomorrow when he gets here to make more.
And their burgers are consistent, and they're consistently good.
Exactly.
So that was part of your inspiration to want to be a chef and kind of want to do the cooking thing, make some tasty items. I know there's sliders in the menu, which we'll get to in a little bit, which I have had, and those are, I guess, equally or better than Licks. high bar there.
Get up in it, right?
Damn good. But I guess so. That's a little bit of the inspiration, and then I guess the next question is: I mean, you touched on this a little bit. As a business owner, a lot of entrepreneurs who sometimes watch these videos. Tell me about some of the challenges you have and how you've overcome them. You mentioned staffing was a little bit, inventory, and a couple items like that.
So as far as challenges, I mean, all kinds, man. On our opening night, actually, which was, like I said, a couple of days ago. February 2nd. Happy birthday, Merk.
4 years, right?
4 years this year. Right. Opening night, the plumbing above the water heater exploded.
Oh.
No word of a lie. Like, we're back there, slammed, super busy.
Yeah.
And then the water's cold. And I'm like, what's going on? Open the door to the basement and there's a flood. And I'm like...
You gotta keep on going, right?
Yeah. It's 8 o'clock and the place is full. Like what? So that was challenge number one, day one, hour one. Like, plumbing, had to call a plumber, pay double time and a half for a plumber because it's after 5 o'clock on a Friday.
So they're gonna get paid. They're gonna get paid.
Right? So that was challenge number one. Within a few months, my ovens blew. I had 2 ovens back there, and both of them kicked the bucket, stopped working. So
At the same time?
At the same time, man. They just. So now I can't even make food. Like, so I literally had to get toaster ovens, and I got 3 toaster ovens, and I had like an army of toaster ovens on my shelf to try and execute the same food, and we did it. I learned how to make creme brulee in a toaster oven.
All right.
Just saying.
Try. Is that still the menu?
It comes back. It comes in and out.
It's like a special order type thing. Okay.
It comes in and out. You know, that happened. Staffing is always going to be a challenge because it's hospitality, and that's just the way it is. No matter how hard you try to make your staff happy and your place as good as possible.
Yeah.
Staffing is just staffing. It's just the way it works, right?
Okay.
So I've never really been big on hiring, but I had to get hiring front of house and cooks. I had to learn how to do both.
So like you want good quality staff.
100%, right? And I had to learn how to be able to find that. And I mean, just, you know, menu creation, those timelines, like when you find out that those timelines are actually all on your board, the timelines for menu creation, going to the bank, making sure the bills are getting paid and sent to the right person. You know, all of those were a shock. It was a bit of a rude awakening. I'll tell you a little bit of a funny story. There was a menu item on the menu when I took over, because I didn't really change the menu right away when I took over. And there was a menu item that I absolutely hated, man. I was like, this thing is the worst on earth. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
And one of my...
Wait, what was it?
It was 4 perfect nachos.
The 4 perfect nachos?
I'm not ashamed. I hated it. It was terrible. Especially when you get 12 of them ordered on New Year's Eve at 11:55. So you get to hear everybody count down 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year, while you have plates of nachos in front of you, and you can't count down 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
That solidified how much I hated nachos.
Was it complicated to make?
It was very involved, because it's literally 4 nachos that you have to put cheese on, bake the cheese on 4 nachos, and then put meat, and then put pico, and then put sour cream, and then put a little piece of cilantro on 4 of them. That's one plate. What am I going to do when I have 12? It wasn't a good time.
Well, see, the one thing I want to say is that your culinary experience, you do know exactly how to do it. And I feel like your presentation would be fantastic as well. I think Gordon Ramsay, if you watch this, Gordon Ramsay would be impressed.
You know what I mean?
But it sounds like it's very tedious to make a small.
It was crazy.
plate.
And then so I was sick and tired of it, and I didn't want to do it anymore. And then I was sitting here, and we were having our first meeting, staff meeting, and I sat there and I said, man, I hate these things so much, I never want to make them again. Well, people like them, so I have to keep selling. And my bartender at the time, she looked at me, she goes, you don't have to make them anymore if you don't want to. And I'm like, what do you mean? Of course I have to make them. Because she's like, you're the boss. And I'm like, I am the boss. We're done with them. We're done. No more. So that was fun to just to be able to learn and feel like, no, this is my place. I get to make the say, and I get to make the decisions, and I get to choose what we present to people. So it was awesome. It was fun.
Now, we talked about one dish you didn't like to make. Is there anything on your menu right now? Now, I do want to ask for the favorites in a little bit, but tell me something on your menu that you personally enjoy cooking every time somebody orders it.
So our slogan kind of unofficially is like, we don't serve bad things. So everything on the menu is something that you will enjoy for sure, and we want you to have. My favorite thing probably is, and it's weird because I just complained about how involved something is, but jerk chicken taquitos. Jerk chicken taquitos are also involved because you have to marinate the chicken, make the chicken, cut up, and get it ready to assemble into taquitos. Right? So it's probably a couple hours work in the first place just to prep them. But I love the finished product, the whole thing. We actually were inspired to make them because of the 7-Eleven closing down there.
Oh, okay.
So 7-Eleven that used to be.
Taquitos, and everyone's like, all right.
So now we're like, well, what if we make taquitos with real food?
Now, you know, I think that's what I say. I'm pretty sure your taquitos are better than 7-Eleven.
No, 100%.
No offense, 7-Eleven.
No,
I'm sure it's real good.
I still go. I'm not gonna lie.
But that sounds great. So you enjoy making those, and it seems like they're really popular. I have not tried them as of yet. I have tried the sliders.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Merk Royales. Yeah. Those are so. Again, it was like we figured we'd make a grown-up version of a sloppy Joe, you know, and it was just kind of like, they, you know, got the pulled beef, got the tomato cheese sauce, and some onions and peppers, and just fresh buns from Genuine Bakery. And that was
Oh, Genuine Bakery. There are they?
Genuine Bakery right up the street.
All right. Hello, Genuine Bakery. I guess. Hi. And do you have any other products from Genuine Bakery as well?
No, that's the only real bread thing that we use. But anytime I have parties, if I need like a bruschetta bread, if I need baguette, something like that, I definitely go ahead.
Okay, right. That's fine.
I was using another bakery. It's called Quality Bakery on Ottawa Street, but she closed. Maggie, if you're still around, yeah.
Hi, Maggie.
If she's still around, you know.
Okay, so that sounds delicious. I do like that it was inspired by making like a grown-up version of sloppy joes. Because as a kid, I had those sloppy joes, and it was always just
it's a disaster.
everywhere.
Yeah, but no, these are a slam. I was very happy with those ones.
And then I saw that there's some of the other menu items. What else are some of the most popular items that people really love?
So when people come in, it just happened the other day. They come in, they look at the menu, and they're just kind of like, but I want to try everything. I said, cool. So first thing that you should do is plan your second trip. That's part one. plan the next time you're going to come back.
Mm-hmm.
But they always, you know, Korean fried chicken has been #1 forever.
And there's chicken dumplings too, right?
Yeah, the chicken dumplings are new, but they are also very popular.
Mm-hmm.
Pierogies and pork belly. That's another big one.
There's pork belly in the pierogies?
Yeah, on the side too. You get like potato and cheese pierogies.
Yep.
With caramelized onions and cheese and crema, but chunks of pork belly.
Hey, hold on, you make pierogies in house?
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Do it all, you know.
Nice.
So it's just work, man. Just what was I saying? I got the pierogies. We got the non-garlic cheese bread is another good one. Simple but delicious.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally naan, but we put real garlic, like fresh garlic curry.
And same thing, the naan is made here in house.
No, we don't make the naan. We
Okay.
don't make the naan. That's involved.
I hear it's heavily involved.
That's involved.
You guys got the stone oven, it's been burning
Right, that's what
for
I'm
400 years.
Right. But another really good one is the jalapeno day poppers. So I'm sure that a lot of people have had jalapeno poppers before.
Mm-hmm.
Never had a jalapeno popper like ours.
All right.
It's a real jalapeno, like a full fresh jalapeno, and we stuff it with prosciutto and date. We put that inside it.
Can you put date inside a jalapeno?
Well, we do.
All right.
We put date wrapped in prosciutto, put that inside the jalapeno.
So date's gonna have that sweet.
Oh, yes.
Sort of salty.
Oh, yes.
And then your jalapeno has a pepper.
Just messing with your feelings all over the place.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
So we hard sear that, and then we serve it on top of a mezcal creme fraiche, and with a little bit of berry coulis on top, and then some onion flakes.
Oh boy.
It's Flavor Town.
That I was gonna say that feels like we're in Flavor Town. Like we're cutting a lot of different flavors.
Everything
man.
all at once.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Yeah.
Now talking about flavors, I know you guys not only are a snack, have a lot of different snacks, but you guys are a bar also. Tell me about some of the unique cocktails you guys have.
Yeah, again, the cocktails also fluctuate a lot based on season, kind of based on the interest of my bartenders, what they're feeling, you know, if there's something that they want to mess around with.
Okay.
And sometimes, you know, because I'm a very simple man, I drink whiskey. So, you know, my cocktail is whiskey in a glass.
It's a good cocktail. Let's get to the glass.
That's it. But yeah, like, you know, we got all kinds. I think Kyle's Breakfast was a fun one because Kyle is a guy that used to work here too.
Okay.
He just recently transitioned because of COVID. So he transitioned into another field. But it's called Kyle's Breakfast, so it's kind of like his version of an old fashioned with whiskey.
Okay.
And, you know, that's what he does. The Below Deck Martini is another one. There's my lead bartender, Shalane. She's on maternity leave right now.
Okay. Actually.
She made the Below Deck Martini because she likes the show Below Deck. So she made an espresso martini and she gave us kind of her family recipe for making a coffee liqueur.
You know what? My wife likes that show too, Below Decks. And
Yeah.
I'm just haven't really, just working on it.
Haven't felt it yet.
Yeah. The drink might make me enjoy the show a
Change your
little
mind.
better. So that's like an espresso martini.
Yeah, actually. So we make our espresso. We have fresh espresso beans. We get them from 7th Coffee in Bradford.
Okay.
And then make a coffee liqueur, and it's a beautiful martini.
And 7th Coffee, they do beans, they do coffee? What do
Yeah,
they do?
7th Coffee Company is they do bean roasting and that's their thing, right? They do coffee, and they made us actually a special blend of Merk coffee beans.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool.
And now I know there's a coffee liqueur that you guys have as well. How popular is that?
Oh, Below Deck Martini is a slam every time.
I think I had some of that as a coffee.
Yeah,
coffee.
give you some of the coffee liqueur.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, I know.
And so that's one that goes in the
Below
right?
Deck Martini, yeah. So it's vodka and the coffee liqueur.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Getting excited for you.
There seems like a lot. All right, so this would be a great place to come by and have some tasty cocktails on Thursday night, Friday night, Tuesday night.
Any day of the week, we're here. We're here until
even the morning for Carl's breakfast.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like if you just woke up, come on down. Yeah, and then we just the menu changes. We love to have parties. You know, people come in for privates. Just because you see that on the menu doesn't mean that that's all we can do. We can do anything, right? Like, private parties, we do anything that you need or want. You tell me what you think you're feeling, and I bet you I can find something to make for you.
All right.
You know, when we do offsites, I'm officially calling them wedding ribs now, actually, because it was for a wedding. I made some beef ribs that were just out of this world.
Beef ribs, those are huge.
Yeah, but I deboned it all. So I didn't serve it with the bone. I just had pieces of beef rib that everybody was able to pick up, and I just got it. And they demolished that above anything else that I offered.
Nice. And so then you guys also do catering, like these weddings, corporate events.
On site, you can come down here. We can host groups of up to 30 inside, and in the summer when we get the alio back, we can do like 50, 60, 70 people outside. So
nice.
Yeah.
And then I guess tell me a little bit about the culture in here. I know the community, kind of gravitates this place a little bit. What's kind of the culture like?
So the big thing about Merk is when you come in here, we try to get to know you as well as possible, right? So it's almost, it's weird. If you were to sit around here on a normal day, almost every person that comes in the door, I can tell you their name. At the very least, I can tell you their name. My bartender could probably tell you what they drink. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not even like they're necessarily always regulars, but if you've been in here more than once or twice, we know you. Okay. And so we want you to feel comfortable when you come in here. I tell my bartenders and my staff all the time, I said, this is your house. You're inviting people to come in, and you're hosting people to come in and make them comfortable and make sure they have a good time when they come in here, And, community knows that they can come here if they need support for their local events, stag and does, sports teams, whatever. Come on down, come see me.
Tell me about some of the sports teams you guys sponsored.
Yeah, so like I sponsored Crown Point Youth Soccer the one year. I sponsored a team. They have hockey and they have dodgeball and they have I think there's baseball. It's called they call themselves Who Cares, because they don't take it very seriously.
Who cares? We play everything.
Exactly, right? So I sponsored them last year. Pride Hamilton, I sponsored them. The Hamilton Black Film Festival, I sponsored them. Like I'll just whatever, because I want people to know that Merk is here for the community. Like it's not just about the business. Obviously, I want the business to be here, but the business is going to be here because the community wants us here and they recognize us, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm aiming for most of all.
I really resonate with that because I mean, really, you know, like me being here in Hamilton too, I kind of want to give back to the community and like the community that I'm here to support them as much as possible.
Yeah. And speaking of that, we've been participating in Feast in the Hammer. That's on Instagram too. You can find it. Feast in the Hammer. There's a nurse. Her name is Julie Freeman. She decided to try and help restaurants during lockdown. So what she did is she started a fundraiser and she raised money to be able to pay local restaurants so that the local restaurants can have a bit of cash flow when things are tough. And she paid us to feed needy areas, families, communities, whatever.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I made food for like Mark Priest's house, the YWCA, you know, anybody that needs it. She's the one that decides where the food goes.
Yeah.
But she raised the money so that two sections of the community can be helped at the same time.
By people who can give to make that kind of
People
work.
who can give to the restaurants that could use the money to be able to feed other people. That's what it was, man. It was awesome. It was really fun. I didn't even know I was going to get paid actually at all. I expected to get nothing when she asked me initially, and I just said, okay, cool. And then she gave me enough to cover the cost for the food, and I was like, awesome. Here we go, right?
Hey, so that's a beautiful thing that Julie's done for sure.
Absolutely, it's fantastic.
Bring the community together.
Yeah.
But now we've learned a lot about the bar. I guess here's kind of a question about you. Tell us something maybe fun and interesting about you, Mark, that maybe most people don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you come in here, you will see all kinds of things. Got a TARDIS on the door. You know, got my Enterprise up on the bar.
That's Doctor Who.
It's Doctor Who for the TARDIS, yes. I got my Enterprise and all my other fun things over there. You know, I redid the bathroom, got my records on the wall in the bathroom. I love playing vinyl of all kinds. Huge hip hop head. Star Trek for days. Not saying that Star Wars is not good, it's okay.
Star Wars is great, yeah. So,
Star Trek though.
we're going somewhere no one's gone before. That's kind of
Right?
cool. It's kind of cool.
Nerdy things like I will probably destroy you in Dr. Mario. Like I'll probably send you home in tears.
Okay.
Because
no. Maybe it might be for Dr. Mario turn.
yeah, let's do it. Like no problem.
You can maybe do that.
I'll frustrate you. You know, huge supporter of as many things as I can. You know, we have native art on the wall in the hallway over here and outside. You know, LGBTQ plus all the allyship. You know, everything. Like that's me. Like you'll find me if you need my help in any of these regards in any way that I can. I've got your back.
Nice.
Those are, I guess people don't really know that because I don't talk about it. I just do it.
Well, especially you have your arms kind of around the community.
Yeah, I just
Put them around there.
yeah. It's never something I talk about. You know, I don't do it for the credit. You know, it's I do it because it's things that need to be done, and people need help. People need support.
Yeah.
You know, I came from a single parent home. My mom, you know, with 5 kids by herself. So
5 kids.
my mom came from Jamaica by herself with nothing. So, you know, I'm sure that,
We have shout out to all the artists out there.
you know what I mean?
The artists.
You know, Jamaica to the world. Yeah, you know, it's that's what it is. It's just support. I love the community. I love being able to just help people come up too, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of us wouldn't be where we are if we didn't get help from somebody
Yeah. 'Cause
at some point.
we don't go through through the whole life alone, right? There's always people there to kind of help you up and build bridges along the way.
Exactly. So, you know, I like to I do that for people as often as I can.
Now I know that.
I also ride motorcycles.
You do?
You might have heard that.
Okay. And what's the coolest motorcycle? What's one? Like Harleys?
No, sir. No. you gotta ride a sport touring bike. If you want to go far or fast.
Just get low,
Yeah,
touring.
get out of there.
I don't ride bikes, I don't think the wheels are hitting the handle.
That's where it is for sport touring. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Harleys are up high, mostly. They're more cruiser bikes. Those are up high, but like sport touring is comfortable. Like almost like we're sitting right now. Just get it done. Like, get out of here. I go to the racetrack sometimes. I'm gonna plan to go to the racetrack a few more times this year. Too.
Nice. And tell me about, I guess, some people in your business who have been important to the success and who've been important to your growth over these 4 years, and today being your anniversary. Who've been some of the people who've been really important you want to give a shout out to?
I mean, do I start from the bottom or the top? I mean, just the list is the list. You know, there are so many people that I probably wouldn't have what I have. My first bartender, her name was Sue. She was here and she was great. She helped me out huge in so many regards. You know, I didn't know anything about bartending, literally nothing. And you know, I looked at her and I said, I need to know how to run a bar. You know, I'm a boss now. I need to know how to run a bar at least adequately, and she helped me understand a lot of different things on the way there. So that was great. I had so many staff along the way, man. There was her. I was super lucky to get Charlene in here. She was actually a customer.
Yeah.
And she used to come here all the time, and then, you know, life, as I said, with turnover for staff, she just, you know, traveled around, and eventually she came back and she said, can I have a job? And I'm like, hell yeah, you can have a job. And,
Nice.
you know, she was right on board to be able to see the vision that I had for the bar, and to be able to see what I wanted to be able to project to everybody and sell it to everybody and make them understand about this place.
Yeah.
And she helped push that vision a lot. She's a big part of why our social media got so strong.
All right.
So fast. It was her doing. Brian is my sous chef. Him and I worked together since forever. We worked together probably for the past 12 years.
Okay.
If not more.
Over a decade.
Yeah. We met each other.
Ride or die.
Yeah, yep, seriously, like, honestly, he's that guy. You know, with all the headaches and stuff that he's put me through regardless. You know, the amount of times I wanted to kill him, I won't kill him because I know that he'll be here. You know, he will be here to the last with me, you know, to support. So he's tremendous. And I mean, my staff in general, really, like my staff especially that I was able to acquire through COVID, man, like, I don't know what it is. I appreciate you guys so much. I tell you all the time, but like, I can't even explain it. I can't put it into words. These guys always are here to show up and do the work, and make sure the customers are happy. And you know, if during COVID, all the times that I've gone down, my staff have always been there to kind of, you know, be okay. Like, we'll get it. We got you.
Nice.
It's been great. Yeah, that's what it is. I can't even name everybody. You know, kind of lost for it. Obviously, my mom is always there to support me from the wings. Gotta shout out your mom. You have to, you know. And yeah, like she's you know, fan number one all the time. You know. That's what it is.
Yeah, I know you said the community too. They kind of wrap their arms around you. And
my customers are the best. With the amount of times that I've been here and thinking that I'm not gonna make it, you know, because I'm doing takeout. It's not pushing, and then my customers will come through and just fill the coffers, you know. And I'm like,
nice.
we live another day, you know. So I appreciate you guys all in Crown Point, this whole community. I love you guys. It's awesome.
Awesome. Well, hey guys, thank you very much for joining us. We're here with Mark from Merk Snackbar on Ottawa. Thanks for being with us today.
Absolutely.
Thanks for sharing your story with us. And thanks for being here for 4 years and serving the community. So everyone, this is Sherman from Barrington Real Estate. Have a good one. Bye for now.